to constitute to real estate.
Welcome back to Conan's Keys to Real Estate, unlocking Utah's real estate secrets, one key at a time. I'm your host, Ryan Conan, a full-time realtor at Real Broker, helping buyers and sellers in Twila and the Salt Lake Valley. In the last episode, we talked about next-level house hacking and how to structure your primary residence to reduce housing costs and improve long-term performance. Today, we are building on that by talking about equity, specifically, how to use your home equity as a tool without turning it into a trap. Equity can be one of the most powerful advantages in real estate. It can help you invest, renovate, consolidate higher interest debt, or create flexibility. But when used carelessly, it can also increase risk and financial pressure. The difference comes down to strategy, discipline, and margin. Today, we will walk through how to think about equity like an operator, not just an owner. What equity really represents. Equity is the difference between what your property is worth and what you owe on it. Many owners treat equity like a scoreboard number. It feels good to see it grow, but they never build a plan around it. Strategic owners treat equity like stored opportunity. It is not automatically useful, but it can be activated through specific tools when the timing and purpose make sense. It is also important to remember that equity is not cash until you access it. Property values can move, markets can shift. That means equity should be used with caution and never fully drained without a strong reason. The main ways to access equity. There are 3 common ways owners access equity. A home equity line of credit, often called a HELOC. This is a revolving credit line secured by your property. You can draw from it as needed and pay interest only on what you use. This makes it flexible, but also easy to misuse without discipline. A home equity loan. This is usually a fixed amount with a fixed payment and term. It is less flexible than a line of credit, but more structured. A cash-out refinance. This replaces your current mortgage with a larger one and gives you the difference in cash. This can be useful when rates and terms make sense, but it resets your loan and closing timeline. Each tool has strengths and trade-offs. The right choice depends on purpose, timing, and risk tolerance. Smart uses of equity. One strong use of equity is value-adding renovation. Improvements that increase functionality, durability, or rentable value can justify measured equity use. The key is that the project should create real benefit, not just cosmetic upgrades with weak return. Another use is strategic property acquisition. Some owners use equity from one property to help fund the down payment on another. This can accelerate scaling when reserves and cash flow are strong. Debt restructuring can also make sense in some cases. Using lower rate equity debt to eliminate much higher rate consumer debt can improve monthly cash flow. A final use is liquidity support. Having a line of credit available but mostly unused can act as a safety buffer for repairs or short-term gaps. That is different from drawing it down fully. Risky uses of equity. Using equity for lifestyle inflation is one of the most common mistakes. Pulling equity to fund cars, vacations, or general spending converts a stable asset into growing debt without producing offsetting value. Another risky use is covering weak cash flow. If a property or portfolio only works when supported by borrowed equity, the structure is fragile. That is a warning sign, not a strategy. Speculative investing with heavy leverage is another danger zone. If success depends on perfect appreciation or perfect timing, risk is too high. Operators plan for variance, not perfection. Leverage ratios and safety margins. When accessing equity, your combined loan balance compared to property value matters. Higher leverage increases sensitivity to market shifts and income changes. Many conservative operators avoid pushing total loan to value to the maximum allowed, even if lenders approve it. Leaving a buffer protects flexibility and refinancing options later. Cash flow coverage also matters. If new borrowing significantly increases monthly obligations, run stress tests. Check how the numbers look with higher vacancy, higher maintenance, or temporary income dips. If the plan only works under perfect conditions, it needs adjustment. A simple comparison. Owner A pulls a large amount of equity to fund lifestyle upgrades and a speculative investment. Payments rise, margins shrink, and stress increases. When the market slows, options are limited. Owner B opens a modest line of credit, uses a portion for a targeted improvement, and keeps the rest unused as backup liquidity. Cash flow stays healthy and flexibility stays high. Both used equity, only one used it with restraint and structure, tying it all together. Equity is a tool, not a reward. It should be used with purpose, measured risk, and clear expected benefit. The more stable your income, reserves, and systems, the more safely you can consider using it. The goal is not maximum leverage. The goal is durable progress. Proper equity use should increase your options, not reduce them. My final thoughts. Home equity can accelerate your real estate journey, but only when paired with discipline and planning. Before accessing it, define the purpose, run conservative numbers, and check your reserves. If the move does not clearly strengthen your position, waiting is often the better choice. Think in terms of resilience first and growth second. A strong balance sheet with unused capacity is more powerful than a stretched one with perfect projections. Use equity to build stability, increase performance, and create opportunity, not to chase speed. In the next episode, we will talk about reading market cycles and timing decisions for both homeowners and small investors, so your moves line up with conditions instead of emotions. This is Conan's Keys to Real Estate Unlocking, Utah's Real Estate Secrets, one key at a time.